Welcome to the Village Idiots podcast. I am your dungeon master, Nathan. With me this evening I have Jordan.
Hey.
Emily.
Hello.
Justin.
Heyo.
And Nicole.
What's up?
We are a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. At the end of last week's episode, I named a village idiot because that's what I do at the end of every episode. That individual has to do the recap. And last week's village idiot was Drusilla, aka Emily. They were the village idiot for having the folly to declare themselves a god.
That's right.
Still don't think that's fair.
So,
I still don't know what happened, but I do remember that part.
well, you're going to have to struggle through it, because what happened last week, Emily?
Let's see. Where did we start? Were we on the boat? We were on the boat. We washed up on shore.
We were...
We were on the boat and there was like a thing that happened to us, a storm, and then we capsized.
The events leading up to last episode where we were almost taken prisoner, you melted a lizard, they started to worship you, and then outwalked it. So they brought you back to the camp and outwalked their old god.
That's right. Big old lizard guy. He walked out, and then we did a lot of rounds of combat where I beat his ass 100%. It was great.
Hard, yeah.
Battle Royale.
And then with Scar's help, making me look pretty badass. And then after the fight, I killed him. And then after the fight, everyone was like, yay, right? Like, you're our new god. And I was like, dope. And then we asked some questions because Saf was trying to fix the robot.
The whole time you were fighting him, I was trying to fix the robot.
Yes.
And Agamir was exploring the temple thing or whatever the fuck, ruins.
Yeah, they were looking for a key for the robot.
So Agamir was playing Temple Run.
Yes.
And you were having a battle royale.
Yes. Yes.
And Safina was playing Operation.
That's fair. I was trying to think of a good one. That's a good one.
Games within games.
So that was all going on. Safina needed a key. They went into the cave and they found something that they thought could be a key. And they brought it back and it was not what they wanted. Oh, no, it was. It was. And then Safina got off of the robot and we tried to figure out how it worked. And we found out it just follows Safina.
Yeah, Safina has a big daddy now.
We were walking away and it followed us. So Safina's got like a big old bodyguard following her around.
Yeah, after what felt like 20 minutes of trying to figure out the puzzle, how to start it.
Yeah. We tried to figure out the puzzle and nothing worked until we gave up.
Drew was able to tell that it said Safina in the old language inside of the robot.
Old Common, right?
In Old Common, Safina was written in Old Common, so on the little rock thing that's inside of the robot. So the robot belongs to Safina. It protects her, I'm assuming now, and it follows us around. It's great. That's where we ended. Or is that not right?
That is where you all ended on the way back to the ship, the Mayfly, that is shipwrecked on the shore of this island, one of the Bulwark Isles to the southeast of Ilar's birth. For just a little bit more backstory, just in case you're tuning in for the first time, the party is attempting to get to the Mithril Peninsula in the northeast of Ilari, the city continent, and they were beset by a fairly large storm and shipwrecked here, way off the mark of where they are supposed to be. And this island is inhabited by lizard folk. And this is one of the isles that has been met with ruin. But, however, there is the shield colossi that Safina found.
That's what it was called, yeah.
I knew it was a colossus of some sort. And then aren't there more on this island?
Yes, the lizard folks stated that there were, quote, many more. So, what would you all like to do?
It's a good question.
Someone should test out Safina's new friend.
Yeah, somebody punch me.
Not it.
Not it.
Drew puts her finger on her nose.
I was going to volunteer, so.
Go for it. you get hit by the giant robot golem.
Just want to see if it actually does that,
It might not stop till you're dead, so be careful.
Oh, well, then.
No, just don't say things like that. Just go for it.
You got a new character sheet ready?
Yeah, no, fuck that. Scarlet ain't dying.
Okay. There are probably safer ways to figure out what it does.
How about I just push you? Pushing is non-threatening.
What if Saf goes on and just starts a fight with somebody? Someone expendable. Who do we got on the crew?
You're a god. Make one of your minions do it.
That's fair. I could use a lizard person. Would you like me to command a lizard person to attack you? I can do that. I'm their god.
I'm good, but I'm chaotic good, so it's tempting.
I don't think a chaotic good character would be chill with that.
But I also want to figure out how it works.
Yeah, you're also a artificer that needs to know how things work.
Indeed. We'll wait it out. We'll figure it out.
Meanwhile, Scarlet walks up to Safina and kicks her in the shin.
Ow!
Are you serious about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Scar kicks Saf in the shin, and the shield Colossus is immobile. It doesn't do anything. It's standing right behind Saf.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
some friend you are.
So
There goes that theory.
Agamir kind of looks around at everybody and says, well, should we get back to the ship?
I mean, yeah, I think we'll eventually figure out what it does. I think maybe next time we're in combat, maybe it'll just start fighting with us, and then we'll figure it out.
Probably not a real quick question, but Nate, last time you mentioned that pretty much the only descriptive terms you used was 15 to 20 feet tall. So in a little more description, can you say more of what this shield colossi looks like?
Unpack your adjectives.
It big. Yes, I can do that. So it is 15 to 20 feet tall. Now that you're closer to it, it's probably around 16 feet tall. It stands about 4 of your height, Saf. But you're 4 feet tall, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's 16 feet tall. It is humanoid in figure. It doesn't really have a neck. It looks like its head is kind of just inset into the body. The material that it's made of looks like it once used to be shiny, but is no longer. It looks to be a little corroded, just with time. When you open up the panels, you see inside it is almost pristine in there, and you can see some of that shining metal. There is that blue-green glow that happens on the inside, but you do not see anything glowing on the outside when the panels are closed. So it looks like a pretty beefy humanoid. It's got a very large chest, big arms, and it's got stocky legs, but they're not as stocky as the chest and arms. Think of the proportions of the Juggernaut.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically Hulkbuster.
Yes, that too. The Juggernaut, Hulkbuster, that's the similar proportions there to what this is. There isn't really like a face, so to speak. You see eyes, or they're like eye markings, but there is no nose, no mouth. There's really no face. Where there would be a head, there's just those eye markings.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
And whenever you move it, it follows about 4 feet behind you.
Does it mimic my movements?
No, it just tries to keep as close to 4 feet behind you as possible. 4 to 5 feet. We'll say 5 feet to make it easy for the grid.
Okay. Interesting. Well, Agamir is kind of eyeing it warily, imagining that assuming there's some kind of magic involved, and is also wondering if it will rust on the open water.
That's a fair question.
If we ever get this ship going again. But Agamir's keeping it to himself. He's still kind of tense.
Yes.
With all the lizard folk around. And just with the setting sun, he's looking into the forest around wondering if there's going to be some kind of an assault. Agamir's paranoid right now.
Would Agamir like to make a perception check?
Agamir would like to make a perception check.
Excellent.
Crit myself.
Oh.
You're pretty sure that there's lizard folk behind each of the trees around you.
Agamir's freaking out, man.
You are so on edge. Agamir's starting to sweat.
You're so good at rolling ones on your first roll.
I know. It needs to be a new tradition when we start an episode for me to just do like an unnecessary check. Just to get it out of the way.
Yeah, honestly.
Let me pick up this apple and do an Arcana check. 1 second.
Yeah, it's a magical ass apple.
There's like so much magic coming off this apple, man.
Yes. Yeah, you are terrified of the forest currently, as you all are walking back to the Mayfly. Remember, it is still pretty early morning. It was morning when you all got there, and combat took, I believe, 24 seconds.
I thought the sun was setting.
No, you all are heading back to the Mayfly during the morning. And you get back to the perimeter. Everyone is up and they're working on repairing the ship. You see Fira and good old Jeff the dwarf is back to chopping down trees. You see that Yam the goblin is up in the crow's nest again, or what they have decided is the crow's nest. So you see the rest of the crew. You see Fred with 2Ds, Hanso, Lingda, Ruckle is hanging out in the shadows like you know he does. Adragon is still with you. He's walking back. There are also 2 lizard folk following behind Drew.
That's fair. It's my entourage.
So Agamir turns to Drew and asks in character, do you think the lizard folk, like you could ask them to help us build the ship again?
Drew gets kind of close to Agamir and she's like, I can do anything I want. And then turns around and says to the lizard people, go back, or like says to, don't I have like a translator? Isn't there somebody there with me that's like the guy from Archer, basically, the anthropologist, who can speak the language?
Adragon? Yeah, he's with you.
Okay, cool. I look at him and I ask him to translate, and I say to go get their finest woodworkers and to come build us a ship. I would like a magnificent ship. This is just getting more El Dorado by the day, and I'm loving it. I'm here for it. I would like a ship built for a god out of bones. Is that too much?
Yeah, a little bit.
Too much? Okay, wood.
Adragon relays your message to the lizard folk, and one of them scurries off in that, you know, when lizards kind of skitter away from you and they like go on they're always on all fours, but this lizard folk is bipedal. It drops to all fours and skitters away into the forest.
That's dope. I love it.
Yeah. The other lizard folk starts talking in Draconic to Adragon. After a while, Adragon says, so they aren't used to working with wood, it seems?
Mm-hmm.
They prefer to build with bone.
Okay.
Will that be a problem?
I mean...
Maybe we can just have them decorate the ship to look super scary. Or they can just chop down trees.
No, they can build it and then let's just put a blanket over it. You'll never know it's bones. It's fine. We'll paint it. We'll spray paint it. You'll never know.
I don't think the bones would float.
Imagine the scene of us sailing back into Alari on a ship of bones.
God, I want that to be me so bad. Drew is like, she sees it. She feels it.
Scar tied to the mast again.
I dig it. So, have they ever, I ask, have they ever made a ship out of bones before?
After conversing with the lizard folk, Adragon says yes, they have made several bone ships. They're docked in the bay at the center of the island.
Guys, why don't we just go take one of those ships? It's already built.
Maybe it's tiny.
They're small.
Yeah. Adragon talks to the lizard folk very quickly and comes back with they're for 2 people only.
Oh no. Okay, Drew turns around and she looks at the party and she's like, okay, guys, I understand that you're not going to like this. However, They can build us a ship really quickly. It has to be out of bones. Is that chill with everyone here? That it's a bone ship?
Saf visibly shudders.
Agamir kind of just puts his head in his hands and he goes, I've never seen bones float. I don't know how they're doing that. But if anything, Jeff just needs help. And I gesture over to Jeff, and can I go out on a limb and say he's like kind of running low on fumes?
He seems to be going slower than he did yesterday.
Okay.
He's still hacking away at a tree, though.
He's the only one cutting wood.
Fine.
There's only one axe, so... Right? Maybe? No.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. There's only the one axe.
You could use bone axes.
I'm going to turn and look to Adragon and be like, hey, translate this. Every time I look at him, I do say that, and I never look at him in the face. Translate this. New plan. We can't sail anywhere in a bone ship. I would be very okay with that. And listen, I'll take your card, and I will be back for my bone ship. However, to get us where we need to go now, we need a ship made out of wood so that we are not suspected. We're trying to be a kind of incognito here. So what I propose is that you get some of your best bone crafters to come here, and they will learn the fine art of wood crafting from our local artisan Fred. I think is his name. And he will show you everything you need to know. I just need a team of people to follow him around and follow his instructions exactly.
The lizard folk looks at you and nods and drops to all fours and skitters into the woods.
Go.
I tug on Drew's cloak lightly, and I ask, are we trying to sail away now, or are you trying to reunite the tribes under one god?
There will always be time to reunite the tribes. We're kind of under a deadline here. We need to get. But I will be back for my people. I'm not abandoning them.
I don't think anyone's looking for us on this island, so I mean...
We can live here comfortably as...
Are there coconuts?
Yes, there are.
Are there coconuts? Consider the coconut.
Are there limes?
You have not seen any limes yet.
My question is, we have stuff to do, right? Aren't we trying to get somewhere to, do something important?
Yeah.
For the life of me, I really can't remember what it is, but I know it's something.
What's the main quest?
The main quest lines.
We have the main quest.
Sokoba is recovering. Ord is not recovering for some reason. And we have to clear our names because a corrupt jerk is now running an entire borough.
A corrupt jerk who has my grandpa.
And I need my money back.
The Chancellor is involved with the Empire. He's a Sith Lord. We gotta go.
Should we keep going for a bit? Or...
Drew's sitting down, mostly just mourning her bone ship. I really wanted that bone chip, man. And I will be back for my bone chip. It's just sad right now. I'm mourning.
Are we just on the outskirts of camp, or have we re-entered the camp?
You are back at the camp with the Mayfly and the whole crew.
All right. So I seek out Fira, and I fill her in on the events of the morning.
Well, it seems like you've had an eventful day already.
You could say that again. Wiping my nervous sweat off. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Are you okay? Do you look like you're being chased or something?
I'm just a little on edge. Are you sure the keg is gone?
Yeah, Jeff killed it last night, so...
Frickin' Jeff. Well, that's why he's slow this morning.
Yeah, you know how he gets. So what's the plan now?
So I don't know how great of an idea this is, but we might have access to free cheap labor in the form of the lizard folk on the island.
It's kind of slave labor, but not really. They want to do it.
I like how you said free cheap labor.
Free cheap.
Free
Just
cheap.
it's just, it weighs on the soul, but not the wallet. There's a cost that you pay later. God.
Nice.
Okay, and this labor in the form of the lizard people that I saw creepily crawling back into the forest.
Following around your necromancer.
They think Drew over there is a god because she melted one of them.
Oh, wait, what?
Agamir kind of leans closer and he's like, honestly, be careful.
Yeah, you better be.
She's a pretty powerful magic user. Scares the crap out of me.
Oh, that makes sense. That's why she's sparkling. All right.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm a vampire and we're outside.
So what's the story with that big stone guy?
I have no idea.
Huh. Well, that's good. Why is it following the halfling around?
Saf found a key in these ruins by the campsite. It just looked kind of like a stone to me, but she could tell it fit this slot inside of the machine. She put it in, it lit up somehow, and Drew over there knows that it says Safina in some language I can't remember, and it started following her when she moved.
All right. That checks out. This is a weird island.
It is.
Yeah, we need to get off of here as soon as possible. So I will take any help that your weird lizard people can get.
Since they were talking about me, I'm guessing I wasn't there in that conversation, right?
Yeah, it was like one of those, in TV where they are talking about someone and the camera pans over to them and you see them talking and doing something completely different. That's what happened.
I want it to be like when Agamir's like, she's a pretty powerful magic user. Drew like trips on her own like robes. Like straight up. It's like she is, but she's not the brightest.
Get sand in your shoes.
Yeah, so it's that scene.
Claiming to be a god and all that.
Yeah.
What I imagine when they looked over at me, I was trying to teach the giant how to play like hand games like patty cake.
I was thinking you threw like a ball at it, like you threw a coconut to it and it just landed at its feet and you were like, no, like this. And then you run over and pick it up and run back and do it again.
That's literally what happens in
Iron
Giant.
No. Well, yeah, the Iron Giant too, but it's also in Danger Will Robinson, that one, that TV show.
Lost in Space.
Lost in Space, that's the one. Yeah. Spoiler alert, but.
So, yeah.
So.
I kind of want help finding the other colossi.
Perhaps the stone colossi could be helpful in rebuilding the ship. Rip some trees from the ground.
He doesn't do anything. He just follows you.
Well, maybe if I motion for him to go to the tree and motion him to pull the tree out or something.
They did say there's a bunch of stone colossi like all over the island, right?
They're called shield colossi, not stone colossi.
Shield colossi all over the island.
Maybe you might need to like spend time in-game time investigating it. Like, isn't that a thing with skills and crafts?
Are you asking me to just play the game?
I'm asking Justin.
I think you can find out this information if you, I don't know, play D&D, you asshole. That's what I heard. Make some checks, roll some dice, ask some questions.
I think there are downtime rules, right, Nate?
Yes, there are.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of like we might need to do something with that. Like have Saf spend a few hours like each day with.
Oh, you're talking about trying to figure out what the shield colossus does,
how to control it, what it does, what it doesn't do.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we've got more time in the day. We can ask one of these lizard people to take us to the nearest camp, and I could take over that one too. We could find another colossus. I'm down. I may need more spell slots. I'll need to take a long rest, but then we can do it.
Oh, you mean like you want to form a war party?
Yes. If you must put it that way, yes.
Okay.
Do they have horses? Maybe you could ride in on horseback with the lizard army behind you.
That's pretty dope. I like the idea of bringing the rest of the lizard people with me as like a show of force, but like, do I want to show up like that? Is that the kind of leader I want to be? I don't know. I have to think about this. I need to talk to my advisors.
You don't have to have your weapons drawn or anything. They could just explain to the other tribes that you're God and not to be fucked with.
That's fair.
And give us your shield colossi.
Give us all of your colossi belong to us.
All of your yeah.
What do you guys think?
I want to find them.
Okay, well, yeah, we all do, but do you think this is a good plan to do that, or do you not want to do this?
I want to do whatever plan means finding them.
I will tag along because didn't I get a couple of +1 daggers, Nate?
You did.
Yeah, was that just in the ruins?
Yeah, you got a pair of +1 daggers from the old gods, basically treasure room or throne room.
Nice. And then Scar got the trident that skewers people.
Yeah, that can skewer. It's a bone trident.
Yep.
Nice. Drew suggests going and raiding the other places. Agamir kind of pulls out the daggers and starts spinning them around his hand. He's like, "Yeah, I'm kind of curious if there's more treasure on the island." So,
please roll me a performance check.
Okay. Let's see.
If you're trying to try and do something cool, you got to roll for it.
Fair enough. Total of 12.
You're still getting used to the weight of the daggers, so you're able to spin them a little bit, but you don't drop them. It's kind of slow.
Okay. I'll take it.
It kind of looks more like an idle kind of like I'm trying to figure out the weight of these more than I'm looking super cool.
Sounds good.
Cool, so we down to pillage?
Yeah.
Do you require my assistance? Asks Adragon.
I hold his face in my hands and I say, Adam, we could never do this without you.
It's Adragon.
I know, and I pat his face and we walk away. Let's go.
Oh my god.
This is going to go well. You all agreed to this and no one came up with another plan.
So, I want to make sure that we get the liaisons back from the lizard people to see if they're going to have people come and help with cutting down trees and stuff. And Egbert kind of pipes up and he's like, I feel like the lizard folk are gonna we might want to leave Adragon back at the camp to translate. I think we can handle ourselves if something goes wrong.
How am I going to get someone to tell them that I am a god? I need someone to tell them that.
Yes.
He needs a translator.
Mm-hmm.
We'll need a translator to go talk about it, but then, yeah.
If the ones that are helping rebuild the ship could probably learn by example, right? So if we take Adragon with us, then he could be her translator, and it would work out a little bit better, I believe.
I assume that they would just kind of watch Fred and just do whatever he's doing.
Okay.
He's like, do this, and they would just do that. Chop down trees.
That works.
While you all are talking about this, you see the trees of the forest start to move around, and you hear like a noise getting very close to you. It's like skittery. And you see a group of 20 lizard folk on all fours skittering up to you. As they get to Drew, they stand up and do a salute type thing.
Nice. I look at Adragon and I say, translate this. Tell them to do whatever Fred says, and we will be back soon, and I will give them more orders. But for right now, do whatever Fred tells them to do.
The lizard folk look at Adragon while he's speaking, and then look back at Drew. They do their little salute again, and then they walk over to where Fred is, because Adragon gestured at him, and so they know that's who they have to talk to. Or at least mimic.
Mm-hmm.
Fred looks a little disturbed as they all walk up to them. But they start getting to work, and they are looking at the trees that Jeff has felled.
Nice.
Can't look a gift lizard in the mouth. Take what you can get.
Mm-hmm.
So, you all want to go try and find the next camp, huh?
Yes, I want to bring one of, or did we decide we were bringing like a good amount of my new lizard people with us?
What I was envisioning was splitting the whole lizard camp up into thirds. Have 1/3 help with the ship, have 1/3 at home base, have 1/3 come with us.
That's a good plan. We do that.
Okay, so you have to go back to the main camp then.
Yeah.
You go back to the lizard folk camp that you all have already been to. About 1/3 of the lizard folk are already gone. So you grab another 20 lizard folk from the camp, and they are now in your retinue.
Dope. I ask where the nearest lizard camp is, the nearest rival lizard camp is.
Adragon comes back with, they say it's to the northeast, about 1 mile away.
That's not far.
It's and he makes a gesture with his hands that looks like big. It's a big camp, they say.
Nice. Dope.
That might be a little bit harder.
Ask, is there another statue there?
Yes, there is. There is a pair of statues there.
My eyes light up.
Pear.
A pair? I look at Savina and I'm like, a whole pair. 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's go.
All smiles. All smiles.
Safina likes twofers.
I love a good deal. All right. Let's head that way. I start heading that way with my army.
Your small army.
I'm going this way.
My teeny little battalion.
So I'm guessing that you all aren't trying to be stealthy about this, correct?
Nah, bruh.
Gods are never stealthy.
Do you have some of your lizard folk carrying you on like a throne or something?
No, I'm walking on my own 2 feet. I want to be ready.
Okay, good. Because I didn't want to come up with those mechanics.
Can I ride on the Colossus' back, or would it not move then?
It would not move. Damn. You've already tried getting on its back. It only moves when you are moving. And it keeps that distance of 5 feet.
Okay, that sucks.
So, you continue along the forest. It looks like there's a game path that you're following. And as you get to the forest's edge about 1 mile later, you see that there is another part of ruins, also inhabited by lizard folk. These ruins are butted up right against the water of what must be the bay that the other lizard folk were talking about. So it's right up against the bay, and the bay is to the west, and the forest continues to the east. And these ruins are about 4 times the size of the camp that you were at before.
So, quick question. Can I say that I took a long rest before I got here? Because if not, I'm going to need to do that because I need my spell slots back.
You didn't indicate that you took a long rest, so that you have not taken a long rest. Maybe you've taken a short rest, but that's not really going to help you.
That doesn't help me. I only need 4 hours to trance.
Well, you're going to have to talk to the rest of your party about that, because it seemed like y'all were pretty ready to go.
I asked if we could take a long rest, and you guys just kept talking.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I know you did, but you never said. I took a rest.
I said, can we take a long rest before we go? I need my spell slots back.
Okay.
Yes, let's do that.
So we'll say that you've done that. You've got all your spell slots. You're back.
Thank you.
You're at this part of the ruins. It is like mid-afternoon. So it's like 3 o'clock-ish. So it's 4 times the size of the other ruins. There is a much larger courtyard here. Now that you're looking at this camp being larger, it looks like the ruins around the courtyard were served as the research facilities that may have been servicing the 2 shield colossi in the main courtyard.
Cool. That's some cool stuff in there. Not important stuff in there.
I would love to get inside that building.
Love to get inside there. Sassy media response.
Yes. So there are lizard folk walking around. The two shield colossi have a lot of offerings at the base of them. So there are baskets of fish and flowers and fruits and the like. It looks like some of the lizard folk are worshiping at the base of them. And you see that because of the proximity to the water, there appear to be some giant crocodiles sunbathing on the beach.
Pretty neat.
As in, like, crocodiles, animals, not crocodile people.
Crocodiles as in crocodiles, but bigger.
Well, didn't you say that the other god from the other camp looked like a crocodile dude?
Yeah, he was a humanoid or a more crocodilian lizard folk. These are actual crocodiles.
Okay.
But just giant versions of actual crocodiles.
Yeah, whereas the other lizard folk will kind of look more iguana-like.
Yes. And so, you know, in Hook, the movie with Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman, the crocodile that had the clock in its mouth?
The giant big one? Yeah.
Yes, the giant big one. These aren't that big, but they're maybe about half the size of those crocodiles. So they're still pretty big. Like 20 feet from tip to tail.
Got it.
Rather large.
Turn around and I look at my party and I say, how you guys feeling right now? Check in. We good? We want to alter our plan here at all, or we still doing this?
Well,
Agamir turns and says, I don't know, do you want to try and convert these people and avoid a fight? With some kind of display of power? Because there's a lot going on here.
yeah, maybe instead of melting one, you could use cure wounds on a sick one.
You want me to be Jesus? I have to come in here and like perform miracles? That's not my bag. Oh, I could raise someone from the dead though.
Like Jesus?
No, this would be more like a zombie situation. Very Lazarus come forth, except Lazarus is fucked up.
So you're saying Jesus isn't a zombie?
I guess. No, what I'm saying is that I would not be doing the zombieing. I could make someone a zombie. Like I could raise people from the dead.
Do we as a party know that you have these powers, or did you keep this to yourself? I felt like
you guys don't know this yet.
Yeah.
You guys don't know I can do that yet, and I have not found a good time to do it. Nathan was trying to get me to do it in the last fight.
Yes, I was.
I was trying to win, so I didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, guys. I could. What do you suggest that I do that's besides... I mean, I could go in. I don't think they're going to let me near their sick people. Hello, excuse me, knock, knock. I would like to take over your camp. Take me to your sickest people.
Yeah, no, we should just walk up there, all four of us with the shield colossus behind us, and say, let us in.
All right, so plan A is the Christopher Columbus approach. Anyone else?
Why?
Anyone got a plan B?
No.
Just be like, bow before your
Kneel before Zod.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I do not really condone that, but it just feels like it would be on brand for you right now to use your...
Agamir doesn't condone it. I don't think Agamir does. I don't think Agamir would suggest I do that.
Last episode, we were comparing ourselves to Marvel characters, and you compared yourself to Thor, or you were compared to Thor, and Thor throws around that he's a god all the time. So I feel like that's totally on brand for you to throw around that you're a shiny golden god.
I mean, that's fair, but if you guys start getting annoyed with me, or if I get a big head, it's on y'all. Just saying, my powers become too much. It's on you. You did this to me. You started right here.
Don't worry, I'm here to knock you down a few pegs if that happens.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, let's go do it then. Let's march into the camp. Plan A. There is no B.
What's your marching order?
I'm in the front.
Followed by the three of us, followed by the Stone Colossus.
Yeah, I'd think.
Where are the lizard folk? Your army?
Behind us.
Yeah, trailing behind us.
Could we be like a half circle or something like that, where we're at the front center part, but we're surrounded by lizard folk?
A semicircle.
Semicircle.
Sure. They're kind of like flanking around us, sort of.
Okay. Yes. That is what is happening. So you all are marching right into this camp, surrounded by lizard folk, that you notice look slightly different than the lizard folk that you're walking up towards. The color of their frills is a bit different. So, are you walking right into the middle of the courtyard?
I guess.
Is there like a quote unquote entrance to this village? Because I don't want us to get surrounded.
That's fair.
There's a main thoroughfare. It's not really a road, but it's not, there aren't ruins in a straight line into the courtyard.
So, can Scar make, with thaumaturgy, can she make my voice booming, or does it have to be hers?
I believe it has to be hers.
Okay, so I look at Scar and I go, all right, I'm going to walk into the middle of this town and I need you to announce me. I am here. Very loud. Like, okay, let's do it. If we're going to do it, let's do it. I walk in and...
So are you like lip syncing, like pretending it's you saying it?
You're like, you're announcing that I'm here. You're like, our honorable queen god lady is here and she's here to take over your village. Please
That's
bow down
exactly what I say. What do you really want me to say? Like actual words?
That, but in like a different way. Role play. You're a person.
Drew is Gaston, and Scarlet is...
LeFou?
LeFou?
DJ Khaled.
Are you calling me LeFou?
To her Gaston at the moment.
Are you serious right now? No, I like to think of us more as like Yzma and Kronk.
Wait, are you Kronk?
Hell yeah, I'm Kronk.
Okay
I'm
with that.
beefy. I'm a big beefy tiefling, and you're like a, sorcerer person.
So this is basically the road to El Dorado, but instead of the two main characters in that, it's Yzma and Kronk from The Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly what this is.
All right, so I'm gonna walk up with her, but like stay behind her because I'm playing the role of like page, apparently.
Yeah.
The herald.
My herald, my assistant, my right hand.
Let's hear some role play, oh herald, of Drew, the god, apparently.
Is that your official title? God? God of what?
Yes, I've said I'm a god. I have not said of what.
They won't understand anything you say.
No, so it doesn't really matter. But we do have Aragorn with us. He can translate.
His name is Adragon.
Listen, sometimes it's as a joke. Other times I straight up don't remember his name. And I feel like that's Nathan's fault, so. Come up with better, more memorable names.
Like Fred.
Like Fred.
It's Drogon with an A.
Yeah, every single time I keep being like, what's his name? Dragon? That's not right. And then I just think of something else to say.
So, yeah, we do this. We walk up, and I'm behind you, and I use my thaumaturgy, and I say, are there people around?
Yeah, there's lizard folk all over.
I'm embarrassed. Are there people looking at me?
I just mean, like, so they're all looking at us right now, basically. Like, wondering what the fuck we're doing. Okay.
They will when you start talking very loudly, I think.
I say, lizard people.
Wow.
I present to you your deity, Drusilla, the face melter. I don't know.
I turn and look at Scar like...
The Drusilla, the melter of faces. I don't know.
That's better.
We'll workshop it.
Do better on the next town.
put me on the spot, man.
Adragon looks at Scar in kind of, what? Oh, okay. And he repeats what you said to the lizard folk in not quite as booming a voice.
Great.
The lizard folk look at you and the whole party, and some of them start to hiss. Some of them have their weapons drawn.
And then I yell out with my thaumaturgy again, bow before your god.
Yeah, Neo.
Adragon repeats that, and all of the lizard folk around you, not of this new town, drop to their knees in prostration.
No, not you. God, these.
No, but like if
stupid
they do it,
lizards.
maybe the other lizard people will be like, oh, okay, she's serious.
At this point, one of the crocodiles is starting to walk into the center courtyard.
I'm sorry, what are they doing? No.
It's walking in. Yes.
On two legs or like on all fours?
4 legs. On all fours. It walks into the center of the courtyard, and in a flash of light, it transforms into a lizard folk.
Ooh.
That's pretty neat.
It has similar crocodilian features, but not crocodile. Like, think more of like caiman crocodile. It's a little more live than a big beefy crocodile from before. And it is carrying a staff with a bunch of skulls dangling from it. And it speaks in a hissing dialect of Draconic. And Adragon says, I think we should go.
Why? What was that?
What did he say?
He basically said you outsiders are not welcome, and we will, eat the marrow from your bones. And those of the heretics.
Try it.
I'm guessing he means the lizard folk.
Go on.
Oh, boy.
No doubt.
So how about that plan A?
Listen, y'all didn't come up with another plan.
Can Agamir roll a perception to see how many lizard folk are visible right now?
Yes, please.
Cool. Let's see. 14.
While all this is happening, you take a quick count, and you count at least 3 dozen lizard folk that you can see.
All right.
Well, let's hope this camp works the same way as the other camp, and all I gotta do is fight one guy. And then at least maybe I just fight these crocodile dudes. And that's it.
3 of them?
Well, not just me. I need help.
All right. So then I can say, like, booming voice, like, send out your champion. Our god will crush them. Something like that.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Adragon says, oh, you're sure you want me to say that?
Yes.
Like, right now?
Oh, whatever the DM is like, you sure?
This is Adragon talking. I don't care what y'all do. I'll kill you if I would need to.
Oh my god.
Adragon says, okay. And he relays the message. And you hear the former crocodile laugh. And it says, in common, Doom.
Doom?
Doom.
Did he say doom or
Doom. Doom.
Food?
Doom.
Is he hangry? Does he just need a Snickers?
How far away are we from the Stone Colossi twins?
Shield Colossi?
Shield Colossi twins, indeed.
They are about 60 feet away. And the leader of this camp is between you and the Shield Colossi.
Is that the crocodile person?
Yes.
So if I walk forward, then my Shield Colossi will walk forward and look all menacing and shit, right?
There's only one way to find out.
I walk up to next to Drew, and the stone, I'm assuming the stone colossi behind
Shield
me
Colossi.
walks forward as well, and then I gesture to the stone colossi.
Nobody else heard Nate under his breath say "shield colossi."
Oh no!
Look, Emily, look what you started.
Just say colossi. It doesn't have to be like a really formal thing every time you talk about the damn thing.
I'm just gonna call it Mando.
Okay, so you gesture to Mando, and you walked up. How close are you getting to the leader?
I walk up to where Drew is.
Okay, Drew is still about 30 feet from the leader.
But I was probably like, what, 40 feet?
Yeah, you were to the back.
Yeah. Okay.
Mando follows closely behind you, keeping that 5-foot distance. And the leader looks up at Mando and back at all of you. And it seems you can't really tell the expression because reptiles don't have face muscles.
Yeah.
But you see that its eyes get a little wider, and it doesn't look quite as confident as it did before.
Dope.
Nice.
Love it. Okay.
Now, Drew, now you got to do something badass, like point to him and then like do the "come over here" gesture.
Come over here. I don't have anything that'll make him do that.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah, like just hold up your hands. Come at me, bro.
Like, are we starting this fight now? I feel like if I do anything combative towards him, it starts the fight.
It could. I don't know if you have spells that have like out of combat clauses.
Not really.
You could just yell, kneel, and if he doesn't kneel, then you go into combat.
All I said was just gesture him to come to you.
Do you want to try and roll to persuade?
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, I kind of whisper to Scar and I ask her to start doing like the trembles in the earth and the like thunder. So it makes it sound like I am creating this. And I'm going to walk forward towards the lizard person as the trembles and the thunder are happening. And I'm going to say very loudly and seriously, kneel. And if he does not, I want to ready an action.
Yeah, I'm walking directly behind her.
So that the shield thingy follows.
So that.
And
yeah.
I'm going to try to intimidate. I think that's an intimidation roll.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be.
Can I roll to add to that?
Okay, this is what we need. We need a performance from Scar for the tremors and thunder.
Wait, why? I thought thaumaturgy is an automatic thing.
Yes, it does just happen, but we still need the performance roll to see how well you perform. And then I also need intimidation rolls from Drew and Saf.
16.
17.
21.
Okay. With the combination of tremors and thunderous sounds as Drew walks up and Saf walks up to the leader menacingly, Mando following close behind, you see what is undeniably fear in a lot of the lizard folk.
Dope.
And a huge chunk of their number run off into the woods.
No, those are my people. Come back.
Not your lizard folk, the other lizard folk.
No, they're still my people. Hello, I'm taking over. We're Christopher Columbusing. We said that.
Okay, well, anyway.
We'll get them later.
Yeah, a huge number of the lizard folk of this native village run off into the woods. The leader seems unfazed. Although their eyes are still wide. As you get closer, you notice that it might even be fearful, but they seem to be standing their ground. They say something in Draconic to you, almost too quiet for you to hear. Adragon looks back at you, and he says that he won't be broken by you, and that the only way you'll take this village is via death.
Respect.
I can live with that, I say. Let's see.
No, you gotta say, then death it is.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Ray of Enfeeblement. Says a black beam of energy springs from your finger towards the creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target deals only half damage with weapon attacks that use strength until the spell ends. At the end of each of the target's turns, it can make a Constitution saving throw against the spell. On a success, the spell ends. So I'm hoping this will save us a little bit of damage.
Okay.
Natural 20. What a dumbass spell for me to roll a natural 20 on, but okay.
Did you say it's a ranged spell attack, or did you say I need to make a saving throw?
Ranged spell attack. On a hit, the target deals only half damage with weapon attacks that use strength until the spell ends.
Okay. Good. So yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
What does it look like when you cast your Ray of Enfeeblement? I don't think you've ever cast it.
I think I did. I think I said it looks kind of it's some video game that I can't remember the name of it. She puts her hand out, and from it's this dark black purplish beam of energy that hits the what is it called? It's an alligator person, or it's a lizard person now?
It's a lizard person. It's a lizard folk.
That's right. Hits the lizard folk. And you see, it's like it kind of looks like it's raining down. It's Pokemon. That's what I was trying to think of. The Pokemon thing where when
they lose stats.
Yes. Thank you. I was like, the animation.
Tail wag.
Yes.
Sorry.
I was like, you know what I'm talking about when I do that.
Leer?
Okay. That's yes, Leer. That's
Screech?
Exactly the animation that happens right now, except it's this like black purple energy. And now he only does half damage with weapon attacks.
Okay, so this dark black purple energy falls upon the lizard folk. They kind of slump a little bit right where they're standing, then look back up at you sharply and rattle their staff. And the other giant crocodiles come into the courtyard. And he says to you in his hissing Draconic, something that you don't understand because you don't understand Draconic. And Adragon says, "Then death it is."
There you go. You got it in.
And that's where we're going to end.
Oh, nice.
Nice. So, thank you all so much for listening to the Village Idiots podcast. I hope that you had a great time listening. I had a great time DMing, and I hope that my players had a great time playing. The Village Idiot this week is going to be a tough one. No, it's not. It's not going to be a tough one. It's Emily again. Or sorry, Drew again.
It's me again? Why? Feel like that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, it's a similar reason as
No, it can't be. That's not fair.
There's nothing in the bylaws of the Village Idiots podcast that says that you can't be the Village Idiot for the same reason twice. If anything, you should be the Village Idiot for the next 2 episodes because you did the same thing again.
Listen, if you're gonna start, what is the word I'm looking for? Punishing good role play, that I'm gonna stop being good at this game, and you're gonna regret it.
Oh well, that's a great segue into my next thing. If you all don't have inspiration, you currently have it now because you all have been doing such a great job role playing. Still doesn't mean that.
But apparently, I'm the Village Idiots. Are you kidding me? It's super lame.
At me on Twitter.
I challenge.
Okay, well, get on Twitter. Let me know how wrong I was for doing this to Drew.
Jordan rolled a 1. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that was just to be paranoid in the woods, though. You still walked into the middle of a camp with giant crocodiles. I said it was literally 4 times the size of the last ruin.
I asked multiple times if my party had any other suggestions, and they said no. So this is what we had.
Yeah, we're not exactly stopping her.
So why is it not Scar, who is a cop and is letting me impersonate a god, and is not only that, but she's my page apparently.
Let's duke it out right now.
Okay, let's take a beat. I'm not a cop anymore because we are fugitives on the run.
Have you taken your copper mantle off?
It was taken from me.
Oh, it was. I forgot.
Listen to episode 27 or 28 when you all lost all of your equipment.
I always forget that. I block it out.
B, we're on a deserted. By deserted I mean like not inhabited by like.
Your jurisdiction isn't here.
Yeah, I don't have jurisdiction here, even if I was still a cop, which I'm not. C, A. And C, I'm chaotic neutral. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
And to be fair, this plan was at least half my idea too.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with this. I was a pawn.
Except I envisioned her riding in on a horse, but that's the only difference.
That was the only difference. I just didn't get a horse.
She could have climbed on top of your iron giant, and then you could have just walked, and she could have just been like escorted in by it.
That's true. That's true.
I thought about that.
That would be pretty
We
funny.
can think about that for next time.
For the next village.
For the next village, I guess.
Don't go dragging me into this shit just because I'm going along with y'all's kooky plans.
You're the one who wants to get the colossi.
they're
You're
cool.
like, whatever involves getting the colossi, but not if I have to take responsibility for our stupid ass plans to get the colossi.
Hey, what you said.
Hey, that's exactly right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
if you disagree with my ruling, you can find
Yes.
us on social media, right, Nicole?
Yeah, they can find us on Twitter at Village Idiot Pod, and you can tell us who you thought should have been the Village Idiot. In fact,
Not me.
you should do that every time you listen to an episode. Tell us if you disagree and think someone else should have been the Village Idiot of that episode, because I'd like to hear people's thoughts on that.
Roast us.
Yeah, roast us. Boom, roasted. Yeah, and if you want to talk to me personally, you can find me at Nicole the Nerdy.
You can find me at JRoma20.
I'm at Neurotic Good.
I am at Village Idiots DM.
And I cannot be found because I'm too busy just kind of sliding by, not taking the blame for any of these terrible decisions, allowing things to happen, enabling almost, really.
Really?
Let's call it what it is.
Because I want loot.
Yeah. If you were going to give anyone a Village Idiot title for enabling, it would be me and Agamir, because that is exactly what we're doing right now. Anyway, so we also have a website, villageidiotspodcast.com. Got a ton of artwork, cool fun facts about the world of Lanamora, and the Village Idiots tally. I think Drew is commandingly in the lead right now.
I guess.
Took that title from me real quick.
I guess that's what you get when you're good at playing the game. Who knows?
It's been a hot minute since I was it, and a link to our Patreon.
Speaking of Patreon, want to hear more from your favorite idiots? Well, you're in luck, because we've officially launched our Patreon. For just a couple bucks a month, you'll have exclusive access to some DM insights with Nathan and Behind the Screens, listen to Nicole and I BS and What's What with Dilly and Dally, and even a mini prequel campaign set in the world of Lanamora.
If a subscription to our Patreon is too much of a commitment for you, we'd love if you could leave us a quick review on iTunes. It helps a lot. If you enjoyed the show, tell your friends about us. New episodes come out every Tuesday, so stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned next week when we find out what happens when, quote-unquote, God incurs the wrath of a, quote-unquote, crocodile dude. Yeah. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.